What is up, guys, and welcome back to another vlog. This car has been such an amazing, nice daily driver. I freaking love this stock STI. It's so sick. It's so weird to say that I love a stock car, but oh man, I'm starting today's vlog out really late. It is currently 7:17 p.m. I'm at the apartment. I'm headed up to where all the cars are, and we have some crazy bad, maybe potentially really bad news for the Evo 10. I'll just keep this short and then we can get to work. All right, so the gist of it is I started up the car the other day. It was actually earlier today. Let it run for 20 minutes between 2,000 and 3,000 RPM, the initial break-in thing. And then I shut the car off, checked all the fluids, everything was good to go. I started the car up again to pull it outside just to get it out of the shop so I can work on other cars while I wait for the fusible ink. And my low oil pressure light came on. So I shut the car off immediately. The second I saw that, I shut the car off, unplugged the crank sensor, cranked it over, the oil light was on and it went off. And then I plugged the crank sensor back in to start it, because if the crank sensor is unplugged, the car's not gonna run. And the low oil pressure light came back on. So I shut it off immediately. I ran into town and I picked up a mechanical oil pressure gauge because I don't know the actual reading. So that's what we're working on today, guys. We have to figure out if the Evo 10 motor is already blown up from no oil pressure or what the heck is going on. So it could be a lot of things. Let's head back up to the shop and try to figure out what the heck is going on with this thing. All right, so we got the car up in the air. The first thing I'm going to do is, of course, install my oil pressure gauge. It goes from 0 to 140 PSI, I believe. So it has a bunch of different fittings. So I'm hoping one of these fittings will work on this motor. I'll show you guys exactly where I'm gonna put it in at. It's where everyone with an Evo puts in an oil pressure gauge. So you guys see that little brass fitting up there? Right to the left of that, so to the passenger side of that, there's an Allen head little cap we are going to be removing, and that is exactly where we are putting the oil pressure sensor in at. So that is what the plug looks like when you get it out. Just this guy right here. Come on. This little guy right here. It is very tight in there, so I used this Allen socket with a longer 3/8 ratchet, and I got it popped out. I'm gonna go ahead, get this oil pressure gauge installed and see what kind of oil pressure we are working with. All right, we got the mechanical oil pressure gauge installed. I'm expecting to see, I wanna see at least like 80 to 100 PSI on this thing when the motor's completely cold. When it's warm, I'll probably be around like 20 or 30 if everything is good. But being that the oil pressure light was on, guys, I don't know, this thing's got me worried. Let's fire it up, see what happens. Yeah, it's like 90, almost 90 PSI. I'm definitely happy with that. I'm gonna let this thing warm up for a little bit and see what it drops down to. If it's below like 20 PSI, we're gonna have to dig into this thing, see what's going on. Quick little update, it's been about 10-15 minutes maybe. My temp gauge is sitting right where it should be. We're at 60 PSI. And I don't know what the oil temp is at right now. I think I'm just gonna let this thing idle for maybe another 10-20 minutes and see if this can drop down to like 30. When that low oil pressure light came on, I freaking freaked out. Like, I almost shit myself. But so far so good. I've just been sitting under the car with a can of brake cleaner, just cleaning up dirt and stuff as this thing idles and warms up. So yeah, trying to get this thing cleaned up. It's been like 45 minutes. We are still a little bit over 30, like 31, 32 PSI. This thing's plenty warm. I've gone inside, I've like held it between 2,000 and 3,000 RPM. I know I shouldn't even be doing this because I should be out driving the car, braking this motor, but of course oil pressure is a little more important than braking in a motor right now. So I think we're all good to go. Maybe if I shut it off. What if I start it back up right now? See if that light will ever come back on. I wonder what that problem was. It could honestly just be a funky oil pressure sensor. This is not the one from this car. This is the one from my new block I bought. I do have my old one still I could swap on there if I ever see that light come on again. I guess we'll see. Listen to that turbo. That thing freaking spins forever. It's so crazy. Well, that was a nice little fun scare for today. That's absolutely crazy. I don't know what could have happened. I did end up draining just a tiny bit of oil out of the motor to see if there's any shavings in there, and it's 100% clean. So I'm not exactly sure what went wrong. The only thing I can think of is just a freak reading on that oil pressure sensor, obviously. I don't know if the sensor's bad, but either way, regardless of all that, I'm 100% going to be picking up an oil pressure gauge like an actual oil pressure gauge I can put in the car, not just this mechanical one. Because I want to be able to monitor that when I'm breaking in this motor, when I'm driving around, when I'm beating on this car like I always freaking do. I literally beat on this car so much, and I would like to be able to monitor my oil pressure. It's really, really important to monitor that, of course. It's like oil pressure to a motor is like, I was explaining this to Bobby earlier. So Bobby, if you're watching this, yeah. Oil pressure to a motor is like blood pressure for a human. Like, you freaking need oil pressure or else your motor is going to be destroyed. So if anyone's ever experienced this issue before, where the oil or low pressure oil light comes on your dash, but you actually don't have low oil pressure, drop a comment in the comment section below. Or if you have any ideas as to what could be going on other than the obvious that the oil pressure center, the stock one on the car is bad, drop a comment down below. In these two boxes are the two very last parts we need to finally drive the car. Let's go ahead and open these up. This one should be the oil pressure gauge. This one should be that fusible link. All right, here we have it, guys. We got the gauge, the wiring, the sender itself. That is gonna go in the block where we have this oil pressure gauge tapped in down there. I do need to pull that fitting out and throw some of the pipe thread tape on there first, but this should all be relatively easy to install. I do not have the mount for this yet. The mount I got, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but it's actually a pretty sick mount. It goes, you like block off this vent right here, and the gauge goes right into that vent. So I don't want anything up on the pillar. I already have my two gauges there. I figured right there would look super, super clean for that. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the gauge installed, get my new fusible link on so we can actually read our gauges, because as it is right now with this thing blown out, it's actually this main one up here, my radio and my gauges do not work. All right, guys, we got the gauge in the car. Like I said, I don't have my mount yet, but that is where the gauge is gonna sit when I get the mount, sit right in that vent. So I'm gonna turn the ignition on. If that gauge turns on, we should be good and we should be ready to go for the first drive. Does not turn on. Is that wiring plugged in all the way? Oh, that wiring came unplugged. That'll probably do it. All right, cool. Got the wiring plugged in and we are good to go. I'm just gonna throw my intake back on and then we can get the car off the jack stands and start it up. Make sure the oil pressure is good. Ooh, my lights are on. That looks so sick. Who's ready for that first drive? If you are, go down below, smash that thumbs up button.
Like, I've been dropping a song every week for the last 14 weeks. And I'ma keep going till I'm a year strong.
So guys, something really weird just happened. Car's up and running, runs perfect, oil pressure is good. We were seeing like 90-ish PSI on first startup. We're currently like 85 to 90. And as it was like 90 PSI on that gauge right there, my low oil pressure light came on my cluster. So I don't know if that's something really to be concerned about. The only thing I can think of that would cause that is the OEM oil pressure sender must be bad, unless there's something else going on that I can't really think of. But if we have good oil pressure on this gauge, that light should not be coming on whatsoever. But I'm gonna go drive the car, obviously keeping an eye on my oil pressure gauge, my AFR. So what we're gonna do right now is go on like a long straightaway, go up to like 3,000 RPM and then let it decel on its own. And we want to drive it for about like 30 minutes right now, I would say. So about a 30-minute drive, just get some good easy miles on it and come back home, shut it off, let it cool down, and I'm gonna check all the fluids once again. Show you something, all right? Don't freak out when you see me, but what up? I finally shaved, guys. I finally freaking shaved. I felt like such a big bum with so much facial hair. It wasn't even that much, but it was a lot for me. That was definitely the longest I've ever grown it out to. And I don't know, I just feel a lot younger looking, I guess. I look more my age when I shave. I'm 24. I look like I was freaking 30 with a lot of facial hair. I was planning on getting it trimmed up, but I just said screw it and shaved it off. I think in the future though, I want to grow it out again, probably longer next time, and get it trimmed up, make it look kind of dope. I don't even know what to do there though, because I've never done it before. But yeah guys, car's running absolutely amazing. That oil pressure light came on and that was kind of freaking me out, but we're still at just cruising around right 86 PSI on the oil pressure gauge. AFRs are looking good. I haven't built any boost yet. We currently are 2.1 miles deep into this drive. I want to go like 20 to 30 miles maybe, like I said, and then take it back home Probably go on another 20 to 30 mile drive after that. And what I'm gonna do on the next drive is go to the store, pick up some more 30 weight break-in oil, and then we're gonna run that next. So the first session we want about 50 miles on this break-in oil. The next session we want about 500 miles, and then we're gonna be swapping that out for the regular 5W30 that I think it's 530 at least, that we always run in this car, the synthetic AMS oil. But the first two sessions, the 50 mile and 500 mile, we want the 30 weight break-in oil from AMS oil. Everything's running good though. Clutch feels amazing. I haven't obviously shifted at higher RPMs yet, so I don't know if that's gonna fix the issue, but it feels good. It's a lot higher of a release than the spec clutch, that's for sure. This car's running absolutely amazing though. I'm so freaking hyped and pumped to have it back. I'm stoked. I'm freaking pumped. It was so crazy. So you remember how the car wouldn't start? It was having that weird starting issue. Is that a cop? I don't know, be a cop. It was around the same time my brother and I figured out the problem, and someone actually commented exactly what was wrong with this car. How the I had those two wires mixed up. Someone commented that. It's like the most liked comment on that video. So I'm guessing that happens quite a bit. Because there's like 80 people that like that comment. It's absolutely crazy, but that is exactly why I freaking love YouTube. That's why I love you guys. Always so supportive, always so helpful. Whenever I have little random issues here and there, such a simple fix, but it pisses you off so much when you can't figure out what it is. So freaking funny.
Damn.
What's up, bro? The first drive.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Already doing boosted launches, aren't you?
Already, yeah.
I knew it.
All over the place.
Well, I'm stoked then.
Dude,
I finally get my ride.
So freaking happy.
It's only been months and months.
It's been like a year just to bet you and I still give you a ride.
Well,
This is Charles, by the way. This is Bobby's boss. What's up?
be out here slinging the bean.
Slinging the bean. This is his coffee stand. That's how I'm always here. Because he works here and Bobby works.
He's the #1 customer.
I am, bro.
He's even made some drinks.
I have.
They're pretty good. Oh yeah.
Look what I'm driving.
I know, I see that.
Come be more excited.
Well, when I saw Chaz's reaction, I kind of already knew.
You're not even excited?
No, I am excited.
You don't give two shits.
I do give a shit, I swear.
Yeah.
I think you should leave the car here and let me drive it home.
No. Me or my car?
Ava.
Who's Ava?
Car.
Do you like my bumper?
I saw it and I'm like, sexy.
Do you like it without a bumper? Should I just run it like that?
Sure.
It
I
looks
don't
pretty
think
sick.
Ava could be ugly ever.
What if I took everything off?
And just like the body, or the,
Yeah.
it'd be a...
I have a question for you and for YouTube and for you. What do you think about like really blood red wheels on this car?
Blood red wheels on this car.
Like kind of the color of my calipers, but better. Like candy apple red. Like just,
that would be
just
tight.
something
You have
else.
to accent something else, I think.
yeah.
Like the corners of your wing.
Do red right there, you're saying? What do you think?
What? What's the question?
Candy apple red wheels on this car.
No.
I think it looks so fucking sick. What do you mean no? You're a hater.
No, I just remember when you had the STI wheels on it. I know that it's not the same color, but they were red.
Those were, no. That's not the same concept.
Why is your hand reaching
Those are
out at
different
me?
wheels and those are shitty specs for this car.
Okay, well then don't ask my opinion. Bobby has the best style. Kind of want you to spice it up a little bit more.
That, what the fuck? How is that not spicing it up? How is that not
That is
spicing it up?
spice.
That is-
Red spice.
Yeah, spice.
Red
What do you want
spice.
me to do? Green?
Ew,
Pink?
no.
Yellow?
I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you on that.
Look good because the bottom of your skirt has a red line on it.
I know, and then I'm doing a splitter on the front, and then
Splitter on the front.
with red, and then my diffuser has red on it.
Yeah.
So how would
Oh
that
my
not
God.
work? What were you doing in these hands?
What? I know. Okay.
Go down and comment below. Should we do red
No,
wheels?
Come
What?
here.
What?
I think that it's gonna look really good. I just think that you could kind of be more. Like I think you could do
What?
more.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. I'll think of something.
What if you half wrap the other side red camo? And
Yes,
then-
but no, because I already have something else I'm doing. What? What?
What?
do you want me to do?
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Take her wheels off and rattle can them red. and then see how she feels.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we should do it to your freaking
That'd be tight.
Focus.
Go down below and comment if you think red wheels look sick on this car, alright? Do it. Or if you have a better idea, like Bobby thinks she has, but she won't tell me, let me know. Because I want to change this thing up. We got to get her some presents now that she's running. We already have, we have one big present. Remember?
What's that?
Something really big.
There's actually 2 presents that you guys aren't gonna know that for a while now.
What the fuck? What's the second present?
Well, you haven't actually gotten it yet, but it's the...
Oh yeah, that one. But we need 3 presents. I have 1 here. It's actually in the back of my car. 2 is coming soon. 3 has to be a new wheel color. I like these wheels. These wheels are sick. What's up?
I'm yanking your chain, man. Don't pay me no attention. What, do you need me to give you a push to get started?
Yeah, I do actually. This thing's pretty slow, man.
Oh, man, you gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty quick.
Is it? I figured it was.
Yeah,
I know the spoiler's put on there. I knew it's not your average glue on.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. Send it. Be out. I'm freaking hyped. I'm so happy to. I literally drove this car all the way down here just to see you and to show you the car. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog right here, guys. Make sure you go down below, comment if you think red wheels look sick. I'm talking like a candy apple red, not just like a plastic looking red, like a sick red. Like the blue that's on my Brembos, but the red version of the blue. Make sense? That make sense?
I think we're gonna have to see it to believe it.
I think that looks sick. Go down below and let me know if you think that looks sick too. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.